Welcome to the place where nobody wants to know your name. It's Down in the Den After Dark, starring Sean Mars Marshall, starring John King Petty Leggett, and starring Drew, the short man Leggett. Let's go! Welcome back to Down in the Den After Dark, and we're having a versus episode, man. We have been having a blast nonstop. With me, as always, I got my man John King Petty. I got my man Short Man, and of course, our boy, the OG BJ, man. We have been having a blast with these versus conversations, so we're about to have the last one for the night. And this one is, would you rather have to babysit a real loud crying ass baby for one day, or would you rather have a terrible house guest, adult house guest, for 1 week? And who want to go first?
I'll go first. I've had the experience of both. So with that being said, give me the infant. I'll take the crying infant because the infant crying loud, it could be a million things. The baby probably just hungry, or they got gas, or they sick. It could be with an infant. It could be anything, and they can't tell you what's wrong. You gotta play the guessing game. Which is, like I said, which is actually ain't bad. It's just that they're just crying loud. As with a house guest, oh man, they eating the food, they not listening, they just doing a whole bunch of off the wall shit, and it just burns your soul when you see a grown ass person, man or woman, in your house like that, and they just lazy like that. It burns my soul.
And I think I've never really babysit an infant.
Mm.
Like, I like an infant. I babysit like my cousin who was like 7 years younger than me, but you could be like, hey, go over there. Like, say,
Yeah.
infant. You remember when I was young and no, it wasn't D, it was Jaden. You had just had
Yeah,
Jaden.
it was dating.
And BJ handed me that baby. You would have thought he handed me a nuclear missile. I was like, what do I do? So,
Yep.
so a baby crying, I'm responsible for that baby's life, and I'm like, that. But it is only 1 day. How about you, John? John, I think you're on mute. We can't hear him.
Y'all
Is
want
he
me to
okay?
go?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, all right, yeah. I take the baby instead. The baby. Yeah, because I've dealt with the house guest, so yeah, dealt with the house guest, so yeah.
He done dealt with the house guest and he done been the house guest before.
Oh yeah, I've been the house guest. Yeah, I've been both. So,
Big
but
facts.
I'd rather deal with the baby.
Big
bad.
Big
Yeah.
facts. So speaking of house guests, yeah, John stayed with me for a little bit. I think this was the early 2000s.
Yeah, because I was coming around there seeing y'all at your mama house.
Yeah. So John called me up. He like, yo, man, Cali is whack, and there's crazy trouble out here. I done saved up my bread. I want to come back out to the East Coast. I want to crash with you for a bit. I was like, bet, this is my brother, no doubt. I pick up John from the bus station. I'm like, yo, we having a blast, man. We gonna have a ball. We gonna get something to eat. We going to the club. We having everything is gravy, man. John was like, yeah, I'm gonna find me a job. I'm down here. In the meanwhile, I'm going to school full time. I'm working. I'm doing everything. I come home. John and open up the PlayStation 2. What was it? Resident Evil 2. I hadn't even played it. John was like, yo, I beat that shit. I was like, you beat it? how you beat the game before I even played it? Like what? You know, when you young and you like, man, this is what I want to do. He living his life. So I was like, I said, yo, John, how the job search going? He said, yeah, man, I had an interview today. I was like, bet my dog, man, we about to celebrate. Yes, that's great news, man. Where was the interview? John was like, Rack and Sack. I looked at him, kind of cleared my ear, make sure I didn't mishear it. I said, where? He's like, Rack and Sack. You know the grocery store, Mercury Boulevard? I'm like, no. I know the store. I'm well aware of the store. You're referring to Rack and Sack, the grocery store on Mercury Boulevard. I was like, yeah, it was a good interview. Looked promising. I said, John, Rack and Sack went out of business before you even went to California, bro. That's just an empty store. John looked me dead in the face and said, somebody let me in.
I remember that.
Yo, man. I was so.
I did too. I remember it.
I was so. Man, I was through with John. I was like, yo. This dude said there's a crackhead squatting in the Rack and Sack interviewing people for positions that don't exist. Oh, man.
I remember that.
Oh, man. That was funny. That was 20 plus years ago.
That was 20 young and dumb.
Oh, man. Drew, you ever had any house guests or been the house guest, or is it the baby for you? And every time we say the baby, I think of the rapper.
I know, right?
It's just the baby. We could change it. Would you actually rather just hang with the baby for what he's? You know, he's always trying to fight people. I couldn't hang with him, man. He always trying to fight somebody.
BJ, was I a bad house guest that week that was there?
No, you want to bet when I had my own apartment? No, I was actually trying to get you to come live with me, but you was 17 at the time. Your dad was like, "No, he ain't 18."
Yeah, that nigga. Hey, the cold part about it is, right? I'm gonna give y'all this story. So I had to leave California because I was into a whole bunch of other shit. So I was supposed to be sent out to my dad. So I catch a Greyhound 3 days from California to Virginia. My cousins is waiting at the Greyhound. They picked me up. But you know what they fucked up is? I seen them niggas, and I seen that Leggett on the nigga license plates. I said, nope, not fucking with them. Nigga got on the bus because I know my way around. I got right on the bus and said, nigga, I'm going to Hampton. I get off in Newport News. Nigga, I get off where Aberdeen is and start walking down the street. And I'm like, damn, I don't know nobody that live on the street no more. Guess who the fuck I see me and honk the horn? Mr. Motherfucking Marshall, my motherfucking hero. He said, Andrew, what you doing over here? Where you come from? I said, California. He said, what you doing? He said, you run away? I said, no, I come out here to visit my dad. I was like, he at work right now, and I'm trying to figure out. He said, Sean at the house, get in. Hey.
He sounds eerily close. It's freaking me out.
Hey. And then, like, I was supposed to stay at BJ house because BJ had ran into my dad. So I said, all right. So I go to Sean's house. Sean in the room playing video games and shit like that. I guess he had to go to work out, so he was like, you can crash my room. I said, man, I'm about to go find some bitches. This nigga had a basketball. He had a basketball in the room. I was like, hey, let me use your ball. I go straight over to Mallory. I'm over at Mallory. Don't see nobody. I run into Moses. I'm not about to hang out with that nigga. So I said, all right, I heard BJ work at Food Lion. Let me walk over to Food Lion. I run into Jason Kearney. He worked at Food Lion. He was like, yeah, BJ off today, but I'm going to find him for you. I said, all right, I'm going to be back. Nigga, I start walking again. I see light-skinned BJ. We talk for a second. I said, fuck it. I'm going to ride over to Cecil house. Go to Cecil house. I'm over there the whole day. Then we decide we're going to walk back over to Food Lion, run into BJ ass. BJ said, oh, I was waiting for you. The house and we kicking it the whole time.
Yeah.
Yo,
I remember.
I didn't see my dad. I didn't see my dad for 2 days, nigga.
And the crazy thing was, And the crazy thing was, Andrew stayed at my apartment for 2 days. I would come home from work. This nigga Andrew done cleaned my house and cooked.
I
This
remember.
nigga Andrew sitting on my couch. Dinner on the stove, bro. I was like, oh shit.
And BJ,
Andrew like, dinner on the stove, and I made some Kool-Aid. This nigga made Kool-Aid? What?
yo,
Hey,
BJ ain't want Andrew to leave. BJ
I
came
remember
to
the
me.
conversation. That nigga BJ said, "You know you can come live with me, right?"
Yo, I think BJ was in love, man, because I remember BJ came over and he brought you. We were all chilling. I think we was chilling at the court. BJ said, "Man, I came home from work, house clean, food on the table." I said, "Drew, you ain't never gotta leave."
I sure did.
He said, "Man, you ain't never gotta leave." I got mad as shit. I saw him going with his dad. I got mad as shit. I was like, "Man, you ain't got to go nowhere."
Look, Sean is not lying either. Sean is not
I
lying.
never told y'all, but you know, I was supposed to go to jail. I was supposed to go to a military school in Mississippi. That's where I was going. He was sending me off to.
And look, while Drew was here too, my aunt, look, he needed his hair braided. My aunt braided his damn hair.
Yep. I was like, I go
my
get
aunt
you some money.
Cheryl.
Yep, she wouldn't take no money from me.
Nope, my aunt Cheryl, God rest her soul. I miss her dearly. She braided that nigga hair. I said, look at this shit here. Andrew was like, I need my hair braided. Brother, I said, I got somebody for you. Hold up.
Remember we had went to Alvin House, and then we ran into Sean, and then we went to motherfucking Virginia Beach, and Sean had that razor scooter in his back trunk, and I rode that bitch all through.
Yo, I used to have that razor scooter on campus, man. I remember being at Norfolk State, and I drove a car, but I kept the razor scooter on me in the car, in the trunk at all times. So I would get out the car like a handicapped person, get on my razor scooter, and be on campus like hitting curves, everything. I remember I seen Alvin there when he went to Norfolk State for a little bit. I remember I had half my hair braided. I had a wife beater and some pajama pants, and I was the girl I was messing with at the time. I had accidentally stayed the night in her dorm, which they did not allow in Norfolk State. So I had to sneak out the window at like 7 in the morning. My first class was 10:30, and get all the way across campus to my dorm. I hopped out. I came out on the scooter. Who I see? Alvin in that damn Dallas Cowboys shirt and and them damn Bugle Boy jeans, walking with his head down. I was like, Alvin! He's like, what? He's looking all around. I'm like, Alvin, man, you go here now? He's like, yeah, I'm a freshman. I think I was a senior or yeah, because I was 3 years older, so I was like a senior. I was like, yo, man. I was like, here's my information. Hit me up, man. I'll tell you all around. I ain't talked to Alvin again until 2011 when everybody reconnected.
Alvin was married, drinking, and everything when you.
It was John. As soon as John came back to Hampton, he had everybody in the roller. He knew he was like, yeah, you know, BJ got 6 kids, married. Alvin, he engaged. I mean, he had everybody's details.
That was part of the reason I wanted to get. I hadn't seen y'all in years, so I was like, I got to get everybody back. I have to. It wouldn't be the same if I would have came out there and just hung out with old girls. And so I was like, I have to get y'all.
I found out you was back in VA from Drew because I'm in bed with my wife and whatnot. I'm about to, I'm about to get me some and whatnot. My phone rings. I said, "Who the hell is this?" I did not know. I was about to ignore it. I said, "You know what? I'm going to answer." Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, but yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead on and answer it. I'm gonna go ahead on and answer this.
We can't see you now, BJ. I think your camera dropped. Or... All right. Well, we have technical difficulty right there.
Hey, that nigga BJ was about to unofficially adopt me, nigga, at 17. And he was like, "You ain't got to leave."
Yo, I have a photographic memory, so I remember verbatim. He said, "House clean, food on the table." I said, "Man, you ain't never got to leave. You ain't never got to leave." I was like, "Damn, BJ, I was like, you about to adopt this?"
Hey, he was. The nigga said, "Nigga, we can go get you in school tomorrow." He's like, "Tell your dad to sign you up." Shit, he was like, "You almost 18." Yeah.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you. BJ dropped off.
I guess my earphones went out again. Yeah.
Well,
all right,
there you go.
We had fun that whole motherfucking week, man.
Yeah, man. It's funny how it would be like every 10 years, somehow y'all would make it back to Virginia.
Yep.
It was like cicadas. Somehow, every so many years, y'all would make it back to Virginia. John, you straight, man. We just seen your ashy thumb all in the screen. All right. Well, while he fiddling, we'll go ahead and do a vote. So I think it's everybody said baby, right?
Yeah, because I didn't even tell you I had a horrible house ass guest, man. It's my partner. I'm not gonna say his name, but my partner came and he was just supposed to come and stay for 2 days Thanksgiving, and he was supposed to go back to his place in Vegas. This nigga tried to basically move in, nigga.
Yeah.
I
my phone died.
Oh, no problem. You good? We can hear you now.
I come home one day. This nigga got my motherfucking leather jacket on in my guest room. I'm like, he's like, "You think this look good on me, nigga? That's mine. What the fuck you doing?"
Yo, man, I had when me and Ryan got our first apartment, we were like 19. We got our first apartment. He was dating his girl, man, who, they've been married for 10 plus 11, 12 years now, 13 years, I don't know, whatever it is. But she was there every day, bro. I'm like, when I say every day, I remember coming home because we had, you could tell it was a bachelor's place because we had no end tables, no lamps, no curtains. We had a money green leather couch, looked like Martin's, and a big 53-inch projection TV, and all the video game systems, and that was probably all our furniture. And so I'm ready to go home, play some Xbox. I come home, she on the couch looking at Lifetime, and I'm like, yo, where Ryan at? And she was like, oh, he's not here. And I was like, well, how the hell did you get in? And she was like, I used my key. Yo, I was like, you got a key? I was like, my own mama don't have a key. How the hell you get a key to my apartment? I was serious. I knew right then. I was like, I am not living with people because I get too irritated way too fast. She leaving all her stringy hairs all in the tub. You know, BJ, you was there that first year in Atlantic City when Lamont had left that ring in the tub. Remember? And I was like, who the hell is this dirty ass tub?
Dirty ass ring.
I was about to go crazy. We had the suite in the hotel. He was the first one to take a shower. I was about to go. I looked in that shower. It looked like he had cooked some cocoa or.
That sounded like that nigga took a bath, nigga. That nigga didn't take a shower. That nigga sat in the tub like a goddamn kid.
Yo, I think he had a rubber ducky and everything.
That tub was filthy. Y'all should have saw it.
And you know me. You know I snap. I was like, who the hell took a shower and left that dirty ass tub? He was in there with his old shirt trying to scrub it up.
Oh my God.
I'd have had to beat a nigga up, man, for some shit like that.
We had a blast that day though, man. Or that we were there 3 days, 4 days?
Like 3 days.
Man, we was drinking. Them Silver Surfers. Oh my God.
What the hell is that? Never heard of that.
They had a Bally's Beach Bar. It's a bar on the beach. and they were called Silver Surfers. They were about this high, and it was just like Silver Patron and everything else. Everything else. And you drink one and you were done. You drink two and you were toasted. And when I say we were toasted,
man,
we went like 4 years in a row, but DJ only went to one. It got progressively worse. Like every time we went, somebody almost got in a fight to the point where we were like, we're not doing this anymore. Me and Chad almost got in a fight one year. I ain't talked to Chad for a whole year because we almost got in a fight at one of them. Chad, like my little brother, I helped raise him.
Yeah.
We were in we were at the suite, and I was sitting down, like we were like sitting on the couch, and it was like 2-3 in the morning. We had all just came from the club, and we all kind of faded and just kind of chilling. So I'm on the couch, and I was texting my wife at the time, let her know we're safe, and I was like, yo, my phone's about to die. Let me go grab my charger. So I went to my room, grabbed my charger, and went back. When I came back, Chad had started to lay down on the couch. And I was like, hey, man, let me get the seat back. And he was like, I'm comfortable. And I was like, dude, we all sit. If you tired, go to your room. You got a whole room with a bed, but you can't just take the whole couch. And he was like, nah, go sit on the floor. And I was like, and I'm blaming it on the alcohol because, he would never disrespect me. I'm like his big bro. So I was like, I know you ain't tell me to sit on the floor. I know I'm mistaken. So I was like, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to lower myself and start to sit down. I suggest you get up. If you don't get up, you're going to get this Rikishi stinking face. So we'll see what happens. So I start to sit down. He don't get up. So you don't dare me. I was like, whoop, I sat right on his head. He was like, yo, man, get your ass off my face, yo. Get your ass off my face, yo. He's like, you always trying to young boy me. I was like, I'm not trying to young boy you, but like, just go to bed. So he was like, no, man. I said, he get to my face. I'm like, Chad, you're drunk as hell. I said, I don't fight family. I don't fight blood. So I was like, I'm going to let you know. I was like, don't touch me. I was like, what he didn't see is that I had already grabbed the damn glass. So I was like, if you hit me, I'm going to bust you upside the head with this glass. It's going to be over. So I was like, I pray to God. I was like, don't touch me. I was like, if you touch me, I'm not going to be in here fighting. I just know me. I'm always like well prepared. So I was already, as soon as he swung, because he was drunk as hell. So as soon as he swung, it would have been about as slow as and I would have just stepped back, call the ambulance. So I was, we did get in a fight, but he was all drunk and emotional for about 3 hours, and the whole crew just sitting there like, these dudes about to fight. And whole ride home, we ain't talked 5-6 hours coming from Jersey. And then next time we talked was at my brother's funeral. And now we closer to, closest to me. But that's my fault, man. I'll hold a grudge to the end of time.
And you got to think you did raise Chad, because I was the young boy, but under that, Chad was under us because he was following around. Because you'd be like, I got to go get Chad. And shit. He was like I was the young brother, but he was the baby brother.
Yeah, him and Jamie were the baby brothers, and we all.
Oh yeah, them two niggas.
Yep.
Yeah, they used to them wrestling in the front yard, thinking Jamie thought he was king. Jamie be popping up from clotheslines. I'm like, yo, that little dude can take a hit. Because Chad was trying to take him out. We was fighting them kids like pit bulls, man. They should have called child services.
He really was. Oh man!
And your mom was the referee. Now that I think about it,
their chair be refereeing everything.
Refereeing. They having full ECW in the front yard with like 10-year-olds, yo.
And I'm over here like.
And people used to drive past other kids and be like, and then they would stop and then they'd come around the corner and be like, can we play?
Yo. These kids today have no clue what it was like to have a whole neighborhood of kids
Of
around
fun.
just playing
Exactly.
around, man. Now they just
Yeah.
do this.
I don't want to sound old, but back in our day, you knew
You
where
sound
everybody was.
old already. As soon as you
Bikes
started
and
that sentence.
skateboards and shit in the yard. You see a whole bunch of bikes. You like, oh, everybody over here.
Yeah. There was no phones. Like
Nope.
like somebody drive right down the street. Like say like I know you would walk down the street sometimes. And you come back from like Chevron, and you be like, oh, everybody at John House because all the bikes in the front yard. That's where everybody
Yeah.
at. That's where everybody at. So it's like backyard, or well, most of the time it was all of us together anyway. So it was like we would just go like we would hit backyards, like go to Alvin's house, or it wasn't Alvin's house at first. It was Nikki's house. So we go to Alvin's house and play ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do that, and then man,
Yeah.
go to Toys R Us. Go hang out at Toys R Us.
Man,
Like we didn't have to go buy stuff at Toys R Us. We can go play at Toys R Us.
yo, I remember throwing a Nerf football at Toys Us and hitting the sign. And the lady chat, I was like 17. She was like, "You are too old to be in here with these toys. You could have knocked down that sign." I was like, "Bitch, watch me throw this football." I was like, "Joe Biden couldn't tell me nothing." I was like, "Boomer Esiason, baby."
Like we can go play Nintendo at Toys R Us before it even came out. Like we was even tripping. But y'all want to play Battle Arena to send in the PlayStation?
Shoot, I remember going to GameStop, and GameStop had that if you didn't like the game in 10 days, you could trade it in and get
Take
a
it
full
back,
refund or another game.
Yep.
And I remember getting the game, we would play it, beat it in about 7 days, take it back. Every time you did it, the clock stopped. So
You talking about the one by the mall? You talking about the one by
in the
Coliseum
mall, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Funko Land. I thought you were talking about Funko Land across the street.
No.
They had that too.
I forgot about Funko Land.
Oh, not GameStop.
Man.
It wasn't GameStop. It was Electronic Boutique. That's what it was called.
That's what it is. Okay,
Electronic Boutique. And I think Funko Land bought Electronic Boutique.
Yeah.
And then GameStop
And then
bought
it became
Funko Land.
No, it became EB Games after that. It became EB Games.
EB Games is Electronic Boutique.
Yeah, but I mean, remember they had Electronic Boutique, but they said EB Games. They changed the logo.
They changed the logo, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the best mall? New Market or Coliseum?
Coliseum for me.
Before they closed everything down, it was New Market at first.
Man, I had the arcade with the carousel in it.
Yeah, it was New Market at first.
Oh yeah, didn't New Market have that pyramid you could climb up the side?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
New Market
Chick-fil-A.
was the mall. That's the Sears I worked at. Was at New Market.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, remember New Market had the movie?
I don't know. You going through time, man.
New Market Mall had a movie theater in the back.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And then remember they used to have
right there in the front.
They had that stuff.
And Murray's food. And Murray's meats.
Yeah, my daddy loved Murray's, boy. He used to get the nasty ass hamburgers from there. We used to have to eat them bullshits.
And them burgers look like gremlin guts. They would be all bubbling.
Man, them burgers are nasty as shit.
They were like the school burgers. Them junks was nasty. Nasty.
These burgers taste fake.
Man.
There was no beef. That was pure raccoon meat. That was grade A snuffleupagus meat.
Man. Oh my God. Yeah, those were back in the day in high school.
Yeah, New Market was the mall.
Going to Patrick Henry Mall was like a luxury because that was supposed to be the mall of all malls.
Oh yeah, Patrick Henry was fancy smancy, and it was kind of far. So unless you was driving, you're not just getting there.
Yeah,
trust me, that mall. My kids, they still go to that mall. That mall stay packed.
I haven't been to the mall ever.
But matter of fact, I just took my my oldest daughter and my 17-year-old son. I just dropped them off at Patrick Henry the other day.
That's crazy. That mall's been around that long.
I told them, y'all do know we live deep in Hampton now. Why y'all want to go to Patrick Henry? Y'all can go to PTC.
You know, I remember almost getting kicked out of Patrick Henry Mall because I wouldn't take my hoodie off. I had a hoodie on, and an old security guard, he looked like Wilford Brimley. He came up to me. He was like, "You can't wear a hood on your head." I'm like, "Well, where the hell are you supposed to wear a hood on your ass?" He ain't like that. So he was like, "I could ban you." I was like, "Man, you're like 4'11". You're not gonna do anything. And he was like, I was a Marine, and I was like, "You still 4'11". So what you want to do? Is he was like, "I'll get you kicked out." I was like, "All right, try it." And then obviously I didn't get kicked out, but
damn.
I wonder if I'm still banned from Exxon and on Mercury Boulevard in Texaco. Because I was
Is that
banned
even
from
still
those
around?
Exxon not there no more.
No.
It ain't okay. So the ban has been lifted. Me and Deshaun used to get out that motherfucker.
20 years later, is the band still up there? Really?
I don't think they would recognize you 20 plus years later.
Hey, they had me and that nigga picture in there, nigga. We used to steal so much out of there.
You were children, unless they use aged up technology to figure out.
Man.
And Texaco, you know, they used to have the cigarettes in the Black and Mild right in the front counter before they start putting shit behind. Me and Deshaun used to we'd be buying shit. I'd buy some, and he'd put some in his back pocket. Man, boy, and they banned us. They had the police come get us and all that shit. Because we used to go and smoke cigarettes and shit before we go to school.
And y'all was wilding. I don't even remember the topic. What was the topic? We were wilding. What's the topic? I know John don't remember because he's deep in a bag of
what was it? Was it house guest or something?
House guest.
Yeah. We all said babies. Right? All right, cool. All right, so we're going to continue this offline. We're going to wrap this episode because we're having a blast. But the final vote, we'll take a bad baby for 24 hours and that house guest, especially an adult house guest. It'll change your whole relationship. I'm glad we all have still a great relationship, but I've had some people that I can't talk to anymore after staying with me. I'm like, never. Man, because you don't realize how different, and also, and I said we're going to wrap the episode, but one more thing, man, you don't realize, what age do you realize you turn into your parents? Like when you do something and you're like, damn, it was so annoying. Like with me, I can't stand people leaving dishes in my sink, and that's my mom.
I hate it.
I hate that too. I'm like, yo, or somebody dropping a dish while you cleaning it.
Yeah, man. That's great. I realized I was turning into my parents when my kids got older. When my kids got older and like started spending for themselves, and I would nag about certain things, I would hear my mom a lot.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I would sit back and be like, damn, that sounds just like my mom too.
You won't even know it, or just like certain things, you know, like I'm a big thing. I'm like, yo, I can't stand a dirty net. My mom used to go around with alcohol and cotton balls and go behind you. And if you saw anything on the cotton ball, she'd be like, go wash your neck. I'm like, what kind of sick psycho walking around? I'm like, I'm a little boy. Of course I got a dirty neck. I've been out there thinking I'm the ultimate warrior, jumping off of fences.
That's how I feel about dirty ears. That shit irritates me. Dirty ears. My kids be having dirty ears, and I get a Q-tip, but now I started doing what my mom used to do. I put peroxide and let that shit bubble in their ears and clean all that shit out. I can't stand dirty ear ass kids.
Yeah, I keep a Q-tip and a cotton ball to this day because I'm like, nobody's gonna get me. So like as soon as I get out the shower, I got a routine after I wash. I take alcohol on a cotton ball. I do all my neck and everything just to make sure. And I still do, and I'm sure it's bad for your skin, but I put alcohol on my face too. But
look, I'm gonna give y'all a story, right? So my stepson had bad acne when he was I think he had just started high school. So I'm like, the alcohol in the face. So I'm like, yo, let me hook you up. I'm gonna get rid of your acne, right? So he had blackheads bad, so I popped all the blackheads I could and washed his face with alcohol, and that shit, it like he went through a transformation. He was like, I killed every cell in his body. His shit was peeling for like a month, but I was like, you ain't had acne ever since. I fucked his face up for a minute though.
Bro, it is not for everybody, man. Black parents will put some home remedies on your ass that will scar you for life, physically and figuratively, man. Like, man,
you might have a mole, and she gonna be like, put some Blue Star ointment on that, baby. Blue Star ointment. What the hell?
They still make that shit?
I have no clue. All I remember in the commercial, they said ringworms, and I just didn't like the word. Like, I don't even know what a ringworm is, but just the sound of it, I was like, nope, don't like that. I don't like that at all. Ugh.
I had one of them motherfuckers on my forehead and the back of my head when I was a kid, playing in the sand at Mallory.
Ugh.
Yeah, I had them before.
I ain't never had one, but it just the sound of it grossed me out. Kids are
right.
Yeah, kids are gross, and that's what my mom. She was very like cleanly, so she would make me wash and scrub. And my mom used to have me going to school greasy as hell because she would put Vaseline on my face every day, had me looking like Jermaine Jackson. I'm like, damn, mom, I look like.
All you need is the Gorilla Glue. You in there?
Got me in there looking. Got me there looking slippery as hell, looking lubed up. I'm like, damn, mom. Got me in here looking like a prophylactic. I look like a condom. This is terrible.
Oh my god.
Well, let's go ahead and end this episode, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. That as always, it's the crew from Down in the Den. Everybody, introduce yourself and give your details. Start with you, John.
All right. You can hit me up at Snapchat eyes the number 2 and then my soul 80, Facebook John Leggett, Instagram eyes to my soul, ampersand right between all of it, and that's about it.
Can we give it up for ampersand? I haven't heard somebody say that in a sentence. Most people would just be like, yeah, in the and mark. We know Drew is off social media, so as always, it's Short Man. If you need to reach him, you can reach him at Mars MARZ _entertainment. I'll make sure to relay the message to the man.
And I'm about to get a personal I'm about to make me a Down in the Den email. It will be. I just gotta verify it. It is shortman at DND@gmail.com. That's what it's gonna be. If I change it, but I'm about to have something like that. So yeah, fuck social media. Ruin my life because I ruined my shit.
Yes. And BJ, give everybody your details.
All right, follow me on Facebook, DJ Hines. Follow me on IG, DJ Hines 757.
Yes, sir. And as always, it's your boy, formerly Marlon Beardo. I'm gonna get it back, fans. Don't worry. I know I look like a thumb right now, but I just had I had a big chop moment, and now I'm feeling a little self-conscious, man. I'm like, damn, was my face always this yellow? I look like Sinbad. But but you can find me at Mars MARZ.
I said this nigga.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake, but I was just. It was taking 30 minutes to get my hair done every day in the morning because I didn't have it braided up or anything. So I was like, "Yo, man, I'm starting to look like one of the Fraggles, so I need to do something." But Mars MARZ.
He worked from home.
Just let the pro grow.
_entertainment. It'll grow back. I have hair, so it ain't no thing. But right, we got John, and they look like Clyde Drexler from '92 with
the finger roll like
tight ass blazer shorts. You could also for business opportunities, if you want to be interviewed on Down in the Den Visual, or if you have something you'd like to promote, business opportunities, Instagram DITD Studios. You can also reach me on the personal page, which is Marlon Beardo, which I probably should change now. And of course, Twitter is at Sean930. Details will be on the page. But as always, thank you for joining us. It's been a great episode. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know what to do. And as always, deuces.